So I recently opened my 3 boxes of Spiral Force, and it got me in the mood to open the 3 boxes I have of Thunder Knuckle. So we'll go ahead and start off with this box right here in the middle. Big cards are Thunderous EX, Latias EX, and Tornadus EX. Regular and full art versions of both. And then there's another 3 shinies in this set. Garbodor, Garchomp, and Max Potion. And unlike Spiral Force, we also have a full art supporter, Professor Juniper. So that's a big one. Everyone loves Juniper. You pretty much have to have 3 to 4 Juniper in every single deck. So for the people that like to really make their decks pretty, Professor Junipers that's why they're so valuable right now. Now, I don't know what the value of the Japanese ones are, since the pull ratios are a little different for Japanese cards, but I'm still hoping I get one. So, just struggling to open up this box right now, and let's get this little perforation here done at the top. And we are ready. So, first pack, of course, Thunderous is on the pack. Is Thunder Knuckle, so Thunder Knuckle. And let's see what I get. Now, I had a hard time with the first box of my Spiral Force packs. I think that some heat got into the packaging, and so it kind of sealed the packs a little more. As later on, the second and third boxes weren't nearly as difficult, but I did have one box that was just terrible. So I think the wild card is the 4th card. The wild card being the card that could be a potential holo, or it could just be a common or uncommon. I think they're usually uncommons. Is this Staravia, I think? Matang? Deano? I'm sorry, no. Why am I drawing a blank on this? This is why I have a set list. It's Zweilous, there we go. And Nidoking. And my wild card is Shadow Triad. Very useful card, just not big in a lot of decks right now. It's great for getting back lasers, but that's pretty much it. Oh, why am I having such difficulty with names? Vanillite, Vanillish, and then Vanillix. So that's Vanillish. Beldum, there's Vanillite. And Plasma Ball. So this is a big card for this set. Plasma or lots of great Pokemon or great Plasma cards coming out. So Plasma Ball is huge right now. And my wild card is just a Bisharp. Yeah, these packs are coming up a little easier too. They're just they're still kind of being torn up quite a bit, but not as bad as that first box of Spiral Force. Eevee, Dragonair, such a cool looking Dragonair too. Makuhita, and Cacturne. And my wild card, Hydreigon Holo. So I really enjoy Hydreigon. I love the Dark Trans deck, and so maybe that's why I have a little bit of preference to Hydreigon. But just as a Pokemon, I don't know, there's something about the multiple heads, and I just really like the... That's one of my favorite Pokemon from the latest generation. Oh, what's the little guy that evolves into Cacturne? Cacnea. Whoops. Dratini? Emolga? I'm sorry, that's not Emolga. That is Pachirisu. And Plasma Energy, so I'm having a really hard time with my names today. My wild card? Ooh, Life Dew. So I'm probably going to pull 3 Life Dews from these 3 boxes. There's only one A-Spec in this set, Life Dew, and from my experience with the A-Specs, they've been putting 1 in each box. So there's the Life Dew of the box. Nidoran Male, Maul, Starly, and Quagsire. My wild card, Oh, Umbreon Hollow. That's a beautiful card right there. Vanillite, Grimer, Hariyama, and Vanillux. And, oh, it's an icicle stabbing him in the head. I think that's on every Vanillux. I could be wrong. And my wild card is Staraptor. So, cool thing about Japanese cards is that a lot of the rares that we have in our English sets, they get as just commons and uncommons. I hear it's much cheaper to play in Japan, probably for that reason. What have also, Poniard, Nidorino, Weedle, and another Vanillux. And my wild card is a, Metagross, that's it. Beautiful. Beautiful hollow. I'm still not crazy about the black and white hollow style, but in the Japanese hollows are just, I think, a little bit better. They have the shinier border. The plasma hollows do make it look a little bit cooler, even with the black and white hollow effect. Dragonair, Wooper, Deanna, and Nidoking. And my wild card, oh, that's a beautiful one. Tornadus EX Full Art. So I had an issue in my Spiral Force boxes where I kept on pulling the same full art across all 3 boxes. Spoiler alert, sorry. So hopefully this is my only Tornadus full art, and I'll pull some other stuff for my other ultra rares. But that is, yeah, I mean, I guess Life Dew is essentially an ultra rare since you only get 1 per box. But that's, I'm still expecting to get 2 other EXs. Probably not going to get a shiny since I pulled a full art, but still pretty cool. Let's see, Staravia, Pachi, well, Pachirisu, Zweilous, and Vaporeon. And my wild card is Floatstone. I really enjoy Floatstone. I hate that Tool Scrapper is in the format, so that Floatstone, you know, you could play it, and you know, because of Tool Scrapper, it could be rendered ineffective, but still. Anyways, Cacnea, Beldum, Voltorb, and Leafeon. And my wild card is Electrode Hollow. So we don't really see a lot of play with Electrode now. But depending on, you know, what kind of format changes we have coming up in the next year, we might see, I mean, Electrode has the potential of being playable. Its ability lets you draw until you have 4 cards in your hand, so it's just a nice hand recovery, especially with N being everywhere. Eevee, Metang, Makuhita, and Staraptor. And my wild card, nice, Latias EX. So Latias has a pretty cool ability. It prevents damage from, things with other abilities? Yeah, so Sigilyph prevents damage from EXs, Latias prevents damage from Pokemon with abilities, so, you know, Garbodor just turns off abilities, so all sorts of possibilities for locked decks. Dratini, Vanillite, Kakuna, and Beedrill. And my wild card is Creogonal. Creogonal's interesting. I actually saw a guy play a Blastoise deck with a fairly heavy line of Creogonal to search out his water Pokemon. So really, really interesting. He did very well from, I think, the few tournaments he's played in, too. So I was kind of surprised. Nidoran Male, Maul, Pachirisu, and Plasma Energy. My wild card is a Leafeon. So we're a little over halfway or so through the box. Still expecting 1 EX. Deanna, Grimer, Eevee, and Beedrill. And my wild card is Flareon. I think that's the first Flareon of the box. absolutely loving all the evolutions. And I know there's plenty of evolution collectors out there that may be interested in getting my spare evolution Japanese cards. Poniard, Kakuna, Weedle, and Creogonal. And my wild card, oh, there it is. Beautiful Kyurem Hollow. So I absolutely love that card. When I was playing around with plasma decks, I initially ran like a higher Thundurus line, a couple of Kyurem, I think, and an Absol. I fell in love with Kyurem. There is, you can consistently hit that turn 1 Frost Spear and start spreading damage, and just Blizzard Burn is so good. Throw some Floatstone in there, and you can keep on hitting for 120, usually, 160, or at least 140 to 160 with Deoxys on the bench. It's so good. Nidorino, Wooper, Starly, and another Floatstone. And my wild card, Reshiram Hollow. So far, lots and lots of hollows. We typically get, I think, all but one hollow in a box. And then I'll usually pick up that hollow in another box. So, Staravia, Vanillite, Zweilous, and another Flareon. And my wild card. Alright, there's most likely my last EX. So another Tornadus, but it is the regular art. So at least no duplicate EXs, which I don't think I've ever had a box like that. And the washer sounds like it's a little unbalanced, but you know what? I've got only 2 or 3 packs left, so it's just going to stay unbalanced for a minute, and hopefully I don't destroy the washer in the few minutes. So may kind of rush through this last few packs. Dragonair, Beldum, Makuhita, and Leafeon. My wild card is a Muck. And I still have 2 more packs, so hang on, Washer. I'm washing a lot of heavy blankets right now, so Vanillite, Cacnea, Makuhita, and Creogonal. Wild card, Nidoking. And last pack, so yeah, like I said, we probably have all the ultra rares, so I might have 1 more hollow. I've pulled 6 hollows so far. Can't remember what the normal hollow rate is. Possibly 7 in a box. Metang, Dratini, Voltorb, and Quagsire, and my wild card, just a Bisharp. So, stay tuned. Oh, let's highlight the good pulls. Tornadus EX regular art, Latias EX regular art, beautiful Tornadus EX full art, and I think the washer actually just straightened itself out. Yep, it did. Go figure. And Life Dew. So, beautiful, beautiful cards. I'm going to get these sleeved before I hurt them. And stay tuned for tomorrow. I'll be opening up this box.